One of my favorite functional movements is rotation. So I love rotation. It is so functional. And I also tend to get a little bit tight and stiff in my spine. So I incorporate a lot of rotation mobility exercises and then a lot of stretches for rotation. So you can just sit in your chair, sit down wherever you are. I'm gonna sit on these blocks because I don't have a chair. So I'll make a little makeshift chair. Sit up tall, so practice sitting in neutral. Take your hands in front of your chest, we call this prayer position, and you can just rotate your torso side to side. Go really slowly. Notice if it's different rotating in one direction versus the other, and then notice if your hands creep away from your torso. This is what I'll see. I'll start to see people rotating their hands or rotating their head. I want you to rotate from your torso, one direction, and then the other. So think about times in life where you rotate. Maybe you're driving, you need to reach and get something from the back seat. Maybe you are a golfer, a tennis player, a pickleball player, and you need to like rotate your torso. Baseball, all those sports, a lot of sports and activities require rotation. Like, can you imagine trying to hit a golf ball without any rotation? It would be impossible unless you're like chipping or putting maybe, or mini golfing perhaps. Rotation, we just use it all the time. And I love exercises and stretches that incorporate rotation. So for rotation today, we just did an exercise in a seated position. I want you to come to all fours. We're going to do a different exercise that also incorporates rotation. So come to all fours, hands and knees. Slide your left leg back. Keep your left foot on the ground. Notice if your hip wants to drop down. I pull up through your left hip and then lift your right arm. Rotate. Keep your right hand down. Slide your left leg in. Slide your right leg out. Rotate. Come back in. And then just alternate. Notice if your rotation is the same or different side to side. Again, we all have imbalances in our body. There's no judgment or shame attached to that. It just is what it is. But when you know where your imbalances are, then you can work, to rebalance the body. The imbalances didn't happen overnight, and neither will the rebalancing. Last one. And then come back, and we're going to do one of my favorite rotation stretches. So now keep your knees right underneath your hips. Take your left arm and slide it underneath your right. We call this thread the needle. And then switch sides. Good indicator of what's happening in your mid-back, your thoracic spine, and also in your shoulders. So again, rotation is something we do a lot in our life. So it's something we practice and train for here at Alkalign.